Using the Optitron expansion pack for M-Tron Pro, you can have a lot of fun with the various rhythms and a smattering of lead sounds too. You can also reskin your M-Tron Pro so that it takes on the visual character of an Optigan and also helps you with some visual aids. For example, you can easily see which of the keys trigger the sound effects, the major rhythms, the minor rhythms and the diminished ones too. In fact, these monikers are really useful because you might not want to have any of the sound effects playing on one or both of the layers. So using the keyboard range selector, it's really easy to remove them from the key range like so. Once installed into your M-Tron Pro library folder, the Optitron expansion pack gives you the choice of using pre-made patches, or if you want to get adventurous, the raw samples so you can create your own hybrid rhythms and patches. In this video we're going to concentrate on the latter, so just for the moment ignore the patch selection window and let's head up to the Layer A window. Click on here and scroll down until you get to Optigan expansion. And within here you'll see our 5 lead sounds at the top, followed by the R prefix sounds, the R standing for rhythm. So let's take a couple of rhythms at random and see what we can do. The first rhythm I've loaded into Layer A is the fantastic Singing Rhythms, so let's hear that as C minor and then G minor. So this sounds bloody great, but there's loads of things we can do, like reverse the tape, or run it at half speed. Half speed backwards. Alright, that's a bit excessive, but we can also do things like filter it or set up a filter envelope for just this layer alone. However, when we start to layer the rhythms, things get decidedly more interesting. So let's select Layer B and introduce, say, Rolling Easy. And again, go from our C minor to our G minor. And we can do things like mess about with the filtering so that we've got a bit more added vibe. In this case, we're just mucking about with the filter globally so it affects both layers. Or just select one layer. Or the other. And let's say go to the Singing Rhythms layer and reverse it. So here we have Rolling Easy playing forwards and Singing Rhythms playing backwards. And now we can add things like delay. In this case I've got a dotted eighth note on the left channel and a quarter note on the right channel. Make sure that we've got the ping pong delay in. And then just adjust the mix to suit. Here's all delay, and here's a more sensible delay setting. We can even pan each layer independently. So let's go Layer A left and Layer B right. And we can even change the attack start time of a layer as to create an even more unique pattern. So here I'm taking the Singing Rhythms and I've just moved the start time to about 1 o'clock to get a slightly unique offset. Now, I talked about the keyboard range earlier, and there are times when you'll definitely want to remove some notes. For example, when mixing and matching layers and using the sound effects, sometimes playing a note will lead to all sorts of cacophony. In this case, I know if I hit that bottom G sharp, things are going to sound pretty chaotic. So what we do is we just remove those notes from the rolling easy layer so that we still get the sound effects of the singing rhythms layer, but with none of the madness of rolling easy. So let's take the drums from the singing rhythms layer and then use both layers in terms of the rhythms.